Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently went on a solo trip to US. A lot of interesting videos are going to come about that. But before, getting on to that, I thought of sharing some tips from my experiences of taking a couple of long flights. Few things that you can try out that worked for me to make my long flight journey much more comfortable and convenient. So, let's get started. So, very first thing guys, if you're going on an international journey, try to reach the airport at least 4 hours before and have your passport and boarding pass handy, because even before you can enter the airport, you are asked to show the passport and the boarding pass. If in case you don't have your boarding pass and you still just have a ticket, you can show your ticket and you don't need to take a printout. You can show it on your phone and you can enter the airport. So you can never predict the security queue, how long it's going to be wait time. So give yourself ample time, especially when you're doing an international journey. Next tip, this really helps me during my long travel. I always carry a credit card with me which has international and domestic terminal lounge access. Whenever you're doing international flight, we tend to reach the airport at least 3 hours before our scheduled departure time of the flight. So I tend to leverage the launch access, free launch access that comes with my credit card, and sit back, relax, and there are tons of free food available. There's a lot of like water bottles and different drinks available, free entertainment, charging station, comfortable seating, and also very spacious and very nicely maintained bathroom is there right where at the launch. So I would recommend have a credit card with launch access. It comes very handy, especially if you end up missing your connecting flight. Say you need to wait for another 6 to 8 hours. Airlines generally don't give you any free accommodations for just 6 to 8 hours of wait time between your connecting flights. So in those occasions, the launch access comes really handy guys. You can go freshen up, you can sit back and relax. So I'm not going to get into details of different credit cards, which one offers what and all in this video, but if you guys want me to do a video on that as well, I'll definitely do in the next video. But credit card with launch access really saves me during my long travels. The next important thing to do is have your, at least 2 sets of clothes packed in your handbag, and also carry at least 1 week of medicine that you require with prescription in your hand luggage, because in case you miss your, luggage, it gets delayed or lost, your checked in bags, you can at least survive the initial few days. Also, another thing guys, carry at least 1 thick jacket and a thin jacket in your hand luggage according to your destination or your target country weather condition at the time you're going to reach. Because if your main luggage is lost, you can at least when you reach, you won't struggle. You can manage with the clothes you have and comfortably cover yourself with the protective jackets when you have to go around in the beginning. Okay, this tip is based on my personal experience. Guys, buy a cloth bag instead of plastic suitcase, because cloth suitcases at least for minimum 5 years they come before the zips wear off, wherein these plastic suitcases, right, what happens is if it is a very flimsy thin one, they easily break. I mean, the way they handle suitcases in most of the airport is they just throw. So both my parents and my in-laws suitcase, though very good branded company, they broke within the first usage. So either go for cloth material suitcase or buy really strong hard plastic suitcases, which when you feel it, it's not very thin and flimsy. This is from my personal experience, guy. You don't want to go through the hassle of having a broken, luggage, and you have to go to the counter, stand in queue, wait for them to reimburse or give them, alternative luggage for you to carry around. It's just so much hassle. So I would seriously recommend buy a cloth suitcase. Next, this is a very important thing, guys. Whenever you are traveling, please select your preferred meal option, because you might have certain dietary restrictions or some allergy. Like I have mushroom allergy. If you don't choose your food option, you will have to, survive with what they serve, like some continental veg or non-veg. Most of the flights I've taken, continental veg have mushroom in them, and their non-veg I don't consume. So it gets really difficult for me to, like adjust. I will have to end up skipping a meal. So always remember, choose your preferred meal. Otherwise, you will, not be able to have, if you have certain dietary restrictions or allergies. So plan ahead. Also, carry empty water bottles. You are not allowed to carry more than 100 ml of liquid when you pass through the security. So don't carry water in your water bottle, but carry empty ones so that you can refill at the airport. Like water bottles, I always carry some snack and food items with me, especially for long flight journey. One, you may not like the flight food. Two, all the food and snacks in the airport are extremely expensive. So I carry things like nuts, protein bars, and also some, bread slices with Nutella or jam or peanut butter. I just carry them in separate Ziplocs and I keep it with me so that, in airport or during the transit or in the flight, whenever I feel hungry or the food was not good and sufficient in the flight, I leverage these snacks and, ensure that I'm not starving. So that really helps. So carry some food. If you carry any vegetables, raw vegetables or fruit, ensure to finish them before you reach the next country, because we're not allowed to carry fruits and raw vegetables, from one country to another. So once you get on the flight, there's always a debate of should I choose an aisle seat or a window seat. It completely depends on your preference. If you're someone who likes to, have some privacy and lean on the window while you want to take rest, then also, look out the window to get some nice views or some, like video of takeoff, landing, then you can choose window seat. But one trouble is, if you're someone who needs to keep going to bathroom often, or you want to stretch your legs and take a stroll, then you'll have to keep troubling your neighbor. So if you're someone who keeps getting up often, then it's better to choose an aisle seat. And while you're choosing an aisle seat, choose an aisle seat in the middle row of the flight. Because there are two ways for a passenger to exit. So even while you're sleeping, they can choose to exit the other way over, asking you to get up always. So choose aisle seat in the center section of the flight. Also, that center section, middle seat, nobody wants. So if you're lucky, you might end up having, empty seats next to you. So choose aisle seat in the center section. If you want window seat, you can choose either side of the flight. Another thing I try to ensure is I try to adjust at least little bit of my sleep schedule in the flight closer to my target destination, so that I can minimize the effect of jet lag. And also I tend to book a flight which is reaching my target destination in the night, so that I can just reach and sleep off through the night, and next day I can get back on the routine immediately. So these are few things I try to plan so that I can beat the jet lag a little bit. You can completely win, but yeah, you can try to minimize the effect. Also guys, have a small bag with you in which you can have your phone, passport, your USB charging cable, your power bank, little bit of snacks, that are very handy and accessible, so that you don't have to keep opening the overhead bin and take out your big hand luggage and open it and access things that you want every single time. It's easier to carry a small bag with you so that you can keep your personal items all the times, right next to you. And also don't worry about like, oh, what if my phone falls from my pocket, or it falls from my lap somewhere down, then you have to search for it, all those hassle. You can easily avoid if you carry a small sling bag or a fanny pack. It really helps to keep things organized and with you. So I would definitely recommend that as well. Keep yourself hydrated all through the flight, guys, otherwise you'll end up with bad headache. So keep drinking water, take a stroll so that you can avoid, swellings on your leg, and keep exercising your calf muscles. So it's really important to keep yourself hydrated, and just like keeping yourself hydrated, you need to keep your lips and your skin hydrated, because they also tend to, become very dry. And another thing is try avoid drinking caffeine or alcohol, because that will make you want to use the restroom quite often, and in a long flight you really don't want to keep using the bathroom that often, so unless it's necessary. So avoid unnecessary things that will cause uncomfort during your journey, but just use water to keep yourself hydrated. So when you're in your seat, there are certain things you can carry to make yourself a bit more comfortable. One is, I like to carry eye mask so that I can block the light, and I can choose to sleep whenever I want. And also a neck pillow I prefer, so that I don't fall on the person next to me, or end up in a very uncomfortable situation. So I carry a neck pillow, eye mask, and also noise cancelling headphones. I carry Apple AirPods, not with noise cancellation, AirPod Pro. You can choose whatever you prefer. With noise cancelling, it's better because the engine sound, and also when others are awake, if you still want to sleep, these three setups really helps. So I carry these with me always. So the last thing in my list is have an active data plan of the country you're going to be visiting in transit, and also your destination country. It's much more easier, guys, than looking for spots where you'll get free Wi-Fi, or getting a SIM after you reach the place and changing it and ensuring your current SIM is safe, and it's just too much hassle. Rather, there are nowadays 10-day plan, 15-day plans of international data roaming. That's a better option. So have that, so that in case in your transit you miss a flight, and say you need to book an Uber or Uber Eats, or you need to book an accommodation outside of the airport, it comes really handy to have an international data plan with you, so that you can manage your own booking and scheduling. So it really came in handy. Out of experience, I'm telling you guys, when my parents missed the flight, it really helped them to do all these on their own, because they had an active data plan. So that is a need whenever you're doing international journey. And that is all. So these are my tips and tricks I follow during every one of my international journey, to make my journey a bit more relaxing and comfortable. If you guys like this video, do subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you all soon on the next video with lot more exciting videos of my US solo trip. So stay tuned. Bye bye.